Okay. Alright. Here's where we're at. So, the Minmus mission went off okay. Up until the point where I clicked there was click through and the mission failed completely. Alright? So, I tried to launch the Minmus mission into a 6-degree inclined orbit. I eyeballed it and got it wrong. We had a differential inclination of about 7 degrees. So I used up all of my upper stage fuel trying to get it right. I did that knowing after calculations that we did over here, right, in the SPH, that each probe would have enough delta V to be able to get to Minmus no problem. The probe and the lander, okay? So we did that. I sent the probe out to Minmus, and I sent the lander out to Minmus. The lander needed 98 meters a second delta V to circularize, and had 98 meters a second delta V left after the transminmus injection burn. So something went wrong with the delta V calculations there from my time in the SPH to when we actually launched it. Also, we added equipment to it, so the probe was burning slightly coplanar normal, so that could have led to the delta V problems. So, what I tried to do was intercept with the lander, which was already flying out there. I tried to intercept the probe that was flying by Minmus now, because it didn't have enough to circularize. I tried to intercept it with the lander. So, I circularized the lander, the probe came in, and I got the lander to burn and get a rendezvous. Now, I clicked a maneuver node right at the rendezvous to make sure that I wouldn't time warp through the rendezvous, because I really only had one shot at this, right? I clicked through the orbital trajectory and ended up clicking on a trajectory that was a conic that was 50 days into the future. I clicked it and hit warp 2, right? And I did it so fast I didn't notice that that maneuver node was 50 days in the future. It clicked through my orbital line to a conic 50 days into the future, to a predicted orbital trajectory down the road. It clicked right through, and I didn't notice it. And then I hit time warp to maneuver, and promptly maneuvered both of these things completely away from Minmus, failing the mission completely. It's not that the relay and the probe can't solve that problem. I could get the lander back to Minmus. The thing is that the deadline's done. Click-through basically got me. Click-through failed the mission. But there were other factors leading to the click-through that screwed me up. So does the delta V map refer to geostationary orbit instead of low Earth orbit? That would account for significant delta V mismatch. What? No, Spotulous. No, it doesn't. When Starship goes orbital, do you think the upper stage will have RVACs? I mean, they would be smart to test them, Builder. Maybe not on the first flight, though. So, we're basically going to need a poll here to decide whether I want to continue this or not continue it. So, what does that mean? Well, do we want to continue trying to get science? I could salvage the mission. That's not a problem. We can salvage it. I can get the lander back. We might have some intermittent issues because the relay is not going to be near Minmus, right? But there's also some other stuff to think about. We are approaching Mars. We're approaching a Duna transfer window, and I know chat wanted to do that. So the reason why I didn't why I didn't just continue to fix the mission, and why I constituted it as a failure, is because I didn't want to time warp all the way over to here next time, which would be the next time I was near Minmus with the lander. The lander is still 100% operable, and then it has more than enough delta V to get back to Minmus. I could do that right now. Problem is, we would get pretty damn close. We would get pretty damn close to our to the Duna transfer window. So, honestly, then at that point, Tessa, we basically have to vote on whether you want to save the Minmus mission or do another science mission. Recoup some of that rep for lost rescue operations. I guess, man. Grab assist off Minmus for Duna. Alright. Can we ride share to Minmus on Duna? What you guys are saying, like, oh, grab assist off Minmus, grab assist off Minmus, grab assist off Minmus to get to Duna is like saying take a pit stop to do a fastest lap. With taking a pit stop on that lap. That's not how that works. No. Using Minmus as a grab assist is useless. That's a waste of time. You'd use the moon for a grab assist if we were going to do that. And even then, it's not that much of a grab assist. So it's going to take a second to get this right. Insig spreading lies in the chat again, I see. The Minmus mission is still going to have to wait for the intercept. Anyway, use the time to... Yeah, Tessa, the problem is I don't really have a rule for that. Don't say it again. Benanto would try that strategy. Oh, boy. No comment, Den Closo. No comment. No comment, man. I'm not touching that one. I like the Riva Bene better. How much into the Duna transfer window? 311. I say abort Minmus for now. Okay, that's nice. Let me see this, guys. Let me see what we're talking about here. Oh dear. Oof. Okay. All right. $55 days.
Good evening to all of you
That's past the transfer window. Or at least, well, that's pretty much at it. So that's going to hit. Okay.
Our first group, our first stop, will be on the grounds of the world-famous National Palace Museum, which houses Chinese treasures dating back some 4,000 years.
Well, let's hit the road.
Yeah, I like that you guys are coming up with solutions before we even vote. Yeah, that's good. You're coming up with solutions to a strategy that we don't even have yet, dudes. Like, I don't know what you want me to... Like, yeah. I get it. Sorry, tangled... Wires are all tangled up. Hang on, let me just do that. There we go. You're coming up with things to vote on. No, you're not. You're coming up with things I should do. Engineering solutions are my domain, not yours. Stay in your lane, chat. With that being said, it's very clear that it's not going to take much to salvage the Minmus mission. I could get this thing back there, and I don't see why we can't work on these missions in parallel. And I'm pretty sure if I present a poll, and the poll says cancel the Minmus mission, continue the Minmus mission, or continue the Minmus mission with Duna in the background, I'm pretty sure you guys are going to do that. Salvage, wait, you're lost. Go back in the VOD. I explain it right at the beginning of Kerbal, what happened. Yeah, that's really... Guys, like, I'll be honest, I know that's what you're going to choose, right? Nobody's going to choose to cancel a salvageable mission, right? And obviously, you guys still want a probe to Duna, so, I mean... We could vote on it formally if you want, but I know what the answer is going to be. That was some BS. You clearly clicked within the current SOI. Yeah, click-through screwed me. It screwed me, Jonas. Like, it's not... This mission failure really isn't my fault. The Delta V problems were my fault, but not the click-through. I know I clicked on the right thing, because I usually make sure to... like, select the right thing, but yeah, it definitely didn't do that. Alright, well, I suppose I'll make it. I'll make the poll. Let's do it. Hey, Flyboy, 13-month resub. Okay, so... let's go to ejsa.space. Let me just make the poll. Yeah, no, we still got to do it. I know what the answer is going to be, though, so I'm not too incredibly worried. Okay. So option 1 will be cancel the failed but recoverable Minmus mission. I'm gonna put in the description the Minmus science lander is but it's still recoverable, but it will take some time to salvage it. Okay. This one's going to be simple. We're really only doing this for documentation, but... Guys, option 2, I'm not going to put continue the Minmus mission and continue the Minmus mission with other science objectives. I'm pretty sure that everybody's going to... I'm pretty sure nobody here wants me to just continue the Minmus mission and not send a probe to Duna. I'm fairly confident that though, you know, it's either cancel it and work on Duna or continue it and work on Duna. I'm pretty damn sure. So... Okay. Alright. Duration is 5 minutes. And I'm going to put this poll into effect pretty much now. So the options, guys, are this. Basically, option 1 is cancel the failed but recoverable Minmus mission. And option 2 is continue the Minmus mission but work on another science mission in parallel. Continue... So it would be hashtag science cancel for option 1, hashtag science continue for options 2. Poll's gonna last 5 minutes. I'm really just doing this for posterity. I know what the answer is gonna be. Hey Kelly, back from work, right on. All right, yeah, let's do it. Okay, mission is up. There you go. Vote on it. Read the options, Jim. You guys have 5 minutes. Interesting turnout. I don't show the results until we're done. That's not the option I thought, but hey, it is what it is. Is it what you expected? Within reason, I suppose. Guys, one of my good faith rules that's not necessarily mentioned is if we shut a probe down and we claim it as debris, that's it. If NASA ends a mission and it powers down a probe, a deep space probe, you don't power it back up. That's it. Nice, Hellfish. There you go. Will you expand the space station? Probably vote on that for when the next Liberty crew is ready to go. I voted no pants. Wait, what? Chief. Did you finish the shuttle? Can I see? Yeah, I checked the end of the VOD, dude. I showed it off, like, a lot at the end of the Lego building VOD, Johan. Okay, 1 minute 20 left. Oh, okay, floating. I'll check it out. I know about pretzel rocks. Yeah, I got you. Would you need to expand the VAB to send something to Duna? Probably make things a little bit easier. Pretty much, Knight. Nice, Draco. There you go. Interesting. All right. Poll is done. Here we go. All right, so continue it with other science missions working in parallel. All right, cool. Chat being predictable as always. I mean, it's a pretty logical step there, Thomas. A lot more people voted cancel, but I think more people voted cancel because of what Night Sensation said. Because I said, oh, I don't think you're going to vote cancel. Never underestimate chat to do a spite vote on the streamer. Never underestimate that. All right, so we got to do our time warps for the day, so that means we're going to 266 here. 1, 2. What would happen in real life if something like this happens? NASA would try to salvage it, and they would need to go back to Congress to see if they want to extend funding for the program. It depends on the severity of the failure. Okay. I'm so confused. What exactly happened? At the beginning, you can go back in the VOD and check during the beginning of KSP today. I explained what happened. Loopy, I already have a maneuver dialed in that's 40 meters a second. It's extremely low energy. 40 meters a second to get it back. The problem is it's going to cross Minmus's SOI basically at the Duna transfer window. But I already have it. It's totally cool. All right, let's see. Gather surface, deployed seismic science on the moon. Yeah, we also have the rover construction mission, which is quite good. Science data from the surface of Minmus. Science data from the space around Minmus. Oh. Thanks, mate. So what's our Duna probe gonna be? Well, let's do a little bit of research. Nice. List of missions to Mars. Mariner 4. Are you allowing yourself to use aero braking for the first mission? I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. Let me read for a second here. So it was a flyby. Mariner 4 was a flyby. Okay. Alright, drummer. Do you have the inflatable heat shield? I don't know. So I guess aero braking is on the table because in the context of our commercial space program, other space programs that have gone to Duna exist. Because we can buy crafts from my other mission mode saves which have gone to Duna. So I would assume that, yeah, we probably could. Mm-hmm. But, with that being said, with our current launch infrastructure, I would say a flyby is the right move. Do you have the inflatable heat shield? Yeah, okay. Okay, going to sleep now. Night, drummer. Hey! Ilix! 8-month resub. What's up, dude? So, basically, for the people that are wondering, we know that Duna has an atmosphere, but in terms of the details, I think we'd have to send our own stuff. We can convert a DSUS to be a probe with science on it. Or we could just refuel the DSUS and send it there. But, we technically need to vote on if we want to go to Duna next. That's the next poll. Now, What would be other candidates for if we're not going to go to Duna next? I thought we already decided that Duna was next. It never was formally voted upon. So, my question is, if we were going to not do that, what would be the other options? I think this is a matter of transfer window, not a matter of opinion, isn't it? Pretty much. I thought the order was vote popularity. Was it? What are the time warping rules? Exclamation point M rules in chat, Ryan, will get you the full list of it, dude. You know, you can go to my website and check the rules there. An asteroid is an option. I would need the Sentinel scope for that. No, I have it unlocked, but I have to send it. There we go. They linked it up for you, Ryan. How much did we lose on time? I have about 40 days to make a Duna probe. I'm just trying to think on... Here, let me go back and look at that science poll. Hold on. So, we never really specified on paper that that was the next one, guys. So, I mean, I don't know. What do you want?
Discovery, no
Hey, Wildland, 54-month resub. How's the new job, dude? I did put the transfer window in the mouse over text. So by that logic, we're going to send something to Duna, and then you guys want me to send another scout rover back to the moon? Oh, that's good, Gully. Thanks for telling me. Vote on that next time. Start the orientation next Monday. Right on. I think we need to go to Duna whether the Minmus Pro is saved or not. Guess wait for the vote. Now we need to just start taking advantage of every transfer window we have. How do you guys always do this every time? You know that vote. You know that I'm going to listen to the vote, right? Like, so why do we like? Oh, well, I think we should do this and not listen to the vote. That happens every time. I don't understand. Why do? I won't pay it any mind. I don't. Okay, Loopy, make the poll for Duna. I'm only gonna do a flyby. I seriously think that that's a good place to start, doing a flyby of Duna and getting some science from the space around Duna and going from there. Especially with the launch pad and the way that it is. However, we have 40 days. I could upgrade the pad right now, and we could try to engineer a new rocket in that time. I don't think that's wise. I think we would miss the window if we did that. But, if we push for it, we could also, at the same time, try to get a better... we could try to get a more payload out to Duna. I think everybody wants Duna because that transfer window is so close. So... I am the Senate. You still need to do those 5 missions on the 24th. That's right. I really need to get working on that stuff like now. I still think we could get more than a flyby of Duna in the same way we do multiple launches to get to the moon if we wanted to consider that. All right, Loopy, make a poll. Make a poll for what we want to send to Duna. Duna's the next target. If we do a Duna poll, everybody's going to want to go to it. And because I said that, now we're going to get a little bit of a hung vote there. But it's fine. It's still going to be in favor of Duna. So, Loopy, make the poll for where we're going, what you guys want. And flyby, probe, which is an orbiter, or a lander. No rover. That's too complicated. It's too much testing. I don't want to make this difficult. The science mission directorate is supposed to be quick. The quick missions. What's the DSN status for a Duna flyby? I don't have one, which is why I only want to do a flyby. Because we're really only going to be in range when KSC is facing towards Duna. You know, I don't think that's... I'm honestly more in favor of letting the transfer window go and just picking another one, but... DSN power is 50G right now. You lose contact about halfway there. No, Jim, I'm going to salvage the mission. Chat voted to salvage the thing, but, yeah. Chat voted to salvage the thing, but it's going to take some time, and we're going to cross the Duna transfer window in the time it takes to salvage that mission. The potatoes have plenty of time to grow, Red Shock, yeah. Option 1, continue Minmus and wait for the next Duna window. 2, attempt to send something this window. Tessa, I just voted on that poll. No. This one really should be for, too much, goalie. I'll take care of it, Loopy. So, guys, here's what I'm thinking. We don't have a deep space network set up yet. That's the real big thing. I have to get the DSN upgraded. And that means flying around and landing other deep space network stuff out around Kerbin. I do not want deep space relays in space. That's not how real life works. I don't want to do it that way. Okay? I want to have deep space relays on the ground. So we need to make tracking stations on the ground, basically. And if we're gonna do that, I need a way to move them around all over Kerbin. And that means I need an airplane. The problem is that if I'm going to move them around via an airplane and a trailer, right? We're going to need a big airplane. An airplane that the SPH cannot... we need an airplane that the SPH can't fit. I'd need to upgrade the spaceplane hangar or upgrade the runway. I don't mind doing either one of those things, but that's more budget. You know what they did in the early days? They did tracking ships. You could do that, Loopy, but I mean, it's totally doable. Nice, Nuclear. You actually love the boat idea. Is that what you based your truck off of? No, it's a Hemet. So if we build the tracking ship, guys, and I send it a third of the way around Kerbin, we're not going to... You're gonna miss the Duna window anyway. I don't want a probe going dark. I don't want to do that. I don't want to send a probe and then build the deep space network while it's cruising. NASA wouldn't do something like that. Nobody did anything like that, if I'm remembering right. Swishio, I could buy the K90, but the runway won't be able to fit it. It's too many parts, and the SPH won't be able to produce it because it's too heavy. I agree, Toothless, really, to be honest with you. I think this Duna window is too aggressive. It is, Novus, but the problem is the only airplanes I have capable of doing stuff like this are airplanes that are too big for the runway. We did lose contact for Voyager 2 with Voyager 2 for a few years because they updated Canberra. I'm with you on that one, Tessa. That's why I'm so hesitant to do it. But just because Canberra was offline, Loopy, doesn't mean that Voyager is... They could still hit Voyager from the other tracking stations, no? I have to buy them, Creation. I'd have to buy the other launch sites if I wanted to do that. We could. Yeah, NASA man. We could upgrade the DSN. That would be roped into Science Mission Directorate funding like it is in real life, if I'm remembering right. Oh, okay, Loopy. I gotcha. That's what we did the first time around, Ian. I don't even have the RA100 unlocked. Are you saying the ground stations are a prerequisite for an interplanetary mission? I'm not clear on the requirements you got, i.e. probe not going dark. I really don't want to have the probe going dark, Novus, but I suppose if they did it with Voyager, we could. The Duna probe, if we launch it right now, we're going to lose connection with it about halfway in between, from what I understand, if I'm thinking about that right, and what chat said. So that would mean that after I send that Duna probe, the next thing that we're going to really need to do is upgrade the DSN. That's the next science mission. Yeah, my DSN right now is good out to Minmus, and not much further. Which is why the Minmus mission is salvageable in the first place. How many days between the windows? Which windows? The Duna windows are a couple, like 2 years apart, if I'm remembering right, Core. It's not going to be another Duna window for a little while. I guess I'm really saying lay this stuff out, maybe in Paint or something, like laying out all the requirements and infrastructure needed to complete the missions. So you know what the problem is? I've never done mission mode like this. There is no requirements. I don't know what the requirements are. So we kind of have to, on one side of this, just throw poop at the wall and figure out what the best way to do it is. Because nobody's ever played by this rule set before, so it's kind of, I have to find the balance between yeeting it and not yeeting it. Yeah, Tessa, a couple KSP years is only a few months in real life, that's correct. Can we take an LTV and bolt HG55s to the skirt? Yeah, Duke, that's what I'm worried about. We're a commercial spaceflight provider, Novus. We're a company, but we're a company. Actually, our setup at this point is more like Roscosmos than anything. State-funded corporation. Something like that, Yarg, yeah. Yeah, here, let me read some things about the DSN. Oh, Spider, that sucks. Let me read here real quick. History of the Deep Space Network. The forerunner of the Deep Space Network was established in January of 1958 when JPL, then under contract from the U.S. Army, deployed portable radio tracking stations in Nigeria, Singapore, and California to receive telemetry and plot out the orbit of the Army-launched Explorer 1, the first successful U.S. satellite. Okay, so they put in antennas. The first overseas site was at DSIF 41. It was operated by the Australian Department of Supply, which ran the Woomera rocket range. Okay. Operated by These two stations were completed in 1961. Wow, they had the DSN up pretty much right off the bat.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
Lasky, 6-month resub. I'm just reading real quick. NASA withdrew from the station in 75, handing it over. Okay. Interesting. Nice, the dirty booster. What's that? Huh, cool. Alright. Snakes, see you, buddy. Okay, I gotta make a decision. I think the decision basically comes down to this. Duna or build up the DSN in preparation for the next transfer window. That's really what it is. Duna or not Duna. It's build the DSN or go to Duna. You guys choose. Okay? Yeah, that's really it. Shady, what's your last?
Discovery, go at throttle up.
You know, I would send a low-profile mission to Duna and Delora. That's first Venus probe. Yeah, the Duna mission would be a flyby. I'm not risking money on something that we could potentially lose connection with until we prove that we can get to Duna with solid connection the entire time. Shady, I do not see your last. Type it out again. Max, hey, Max Q, 4113 sub. So it's Duna, then DSN, or DSN first, Duna next time. Pretty much. Yep. What about Tidris? Tidris is not used for deep space tracking, is the end of that sentence. Creation? Yeah, no, Tidris is for low Earth orbit. Yeah, it won't be that long, guys. If we miss this Duna transfer window, it's not that big of a deal. The next one's going to come in July, basically. It's not that far away. And think, yeah, okay, you know what? I'm not going to say that part. I'm still not clear on who sets the technical requirements. Like, is aero braking allowed because... Okay, yeah, it is, Novus. We're a spaceflight company. So... because I set up the premise that I can buy ships from other space programs, that means this space program exists in the same universe as my other mission mode save and my engineering mode save and the career mode save. So yes, we know that Duna has atmosphere. We just have to design a vehicle for it. So we could aero brake if we want to. Forge, not right now, please. Please, not right now. Could you stagger probe launches and maintain contact that way? We could, but that's a complicated mission to set up in the amount of time that we have. You just need 2 boats with RA-15. Oh, look, a technical thing. I'll handle the engineering, Papa Bear. I got it. The DSN, the real Deep Space Network, Ryan, is all on the ground, and that's where I want our Deep Space Network to be. I understand, Papa Bear. No, Spartans. I don't want to fly by, guys. I'm not...
Discovery,
You guys
go at
love
throttle up.
scope creeping the missions, dude. It's... Everybody scope creeps the missions, and then you wonder why they don't get done. Like, we scope creep the heck out of things, dude. I don't want to scope creep. We have to go slow and methodical, man. I vote that we activate the desert launch site for now. Yep, Creation, you didn't read the rules. That's good. Alright, Devious, 1-year resub. Thanks, man. Yeah, Loopy, I think that would be right. If I recall correctly, wasn't the point of the polls that you decide on what to ask for funding for and then chat votes on? Yeah, I come up with a couple of different things that we could do. You guys vote on which one you want and go. And then I'll engineer it. Basically, do we want to do this? Do we want to do this? Or do we want to do this? And right now, Tessa, I could send one to Duna and then do the DSN. But, I mean, also keep in mind that we can do multiple science missions. Like, all at once, or we could rope funding for the Duna mission into the DSN. So,
Discovery, go and throttle up.
thanks, KevHawk. Yeah, I'm gonna make another poll here. I'm gonna make another one here. This is Science Mission Directorate. Uh, 4, 5, 21. Option 1. Deep Space Network. That's basically what I'm doing, Gaw. All right. Okay. So Deep Space Network would be the first option. Option, put DSN with SBH funding for the upgrade too. Well, that's a funding goal, Tessa. That's not what we want to do. You're getting a little ahead of the game, but yeah. All right, so option 2 would be Duna. Back to Duna, basically. Send a probe with no deep space network. And we'll have to find a solution to okay. With the first option, are we forgoing the next transfer window entirely? I don't know. It depends on how quickly you guys want me to build a DSN. That's really what that comes down to. I should have had the DSN be the first thing we set up. I mean, but then again, it was. This is more DSN upgrades. Upgrade Deep Space Ground-Based Communications Network at Kerbin. So if you're the one who decides all the technical decisions, then why is chat making suggestions for stuff? It sounds like chat doesn't have any say on how it's accomplished, just the end goal. That's no, but that's what I mean. That's why this part gets really frustrating. People get confused. I'm gonna give you options, and then I'll figure out how to do it. And you guys vote on the option that you want, and then you vote on funding and timeline. I keep chat interaction to those three. We can discuss engineering options, but it gets frustrating when we do engineering. It gets frustrating when we do engineering, when people talk about, oh, well, you could do a probe like this, and this. That's an engineering solution. I'm trying to get people to differentiate the two. See, now, you know what, fellas? I need to put more thought into this. This isn't enough thought. I gotta sleep on this. Give me until Wednesday to vote on the Science Mission Directorate. Yeah, I'm abandoning this poll. I need to come up with some proposals, just like I did with the lunar missions. It went a lot smoother there. So, yeah, I need to hone it better. It's clear to me that everybody's out in the air. Like, some people want to do this, some people... I'll hone the options, and we'll figure it out on Wednesday. So, what I'm going to do now is we're going to go in here, and we're going to mess with... yeah, I'll write up some options, and we'll go from there. It's technically probably something that I should have done yesterday, but yesterday was Easter. You're going to have to bear with me. No, hell no. No, we're not working on cranes. We have to... What I need to do... Why don't your bigger probes eat the smaller ones? We gotta repair the crane, Rage, that's right. Bearlicious, 40-month resub. Talon, 59-month resub. Yeah, we got 5 more Luna missions. We have to start prepping for Luna 4. Take that asteroid mapping contract while it's there. That's a crappy paying one. Just screw that. And we need a DSN for that to work as well. I'm starting to think that DSN should be something that I should just be working on in the background. It should be a background thing, not... like, everybody's going to agree that we need a DSN at some point. Yeah, I'm just going to pick a day every once in a while to go and build it out. Yeah, that's the right move. No, never duel. It's not... Okay, duel... Like, here's the thing, alright? I can't bring people up to speed on this and just assume that the 500 and change of you in here are gonna be exactly on the same wavelength. What I'm trying to do with chat and why I get frustrated isn't because people are suggesting ideas this, and this. It's because everyone's trying to talk with me about 3 things at once, and I get a little flabbergasted when I'm trying to follow like 10 to 15 conversations all at once. I'm trying my best. Like, it's hard. It's really difficult to do. And I just want to make sure that the 10 to 15 conversations aren't conversations that I A, have already talked about, or B, you know, like, could be explained with the rules or something. It does get a little tough at times, but I put myself in this situation. It's my own thing. I'll deal with it. You know what I mean? DSN and pad upgrades should count as background work, or we can rope the funding in with a science mission. Yeah. Novus, if you have time tomorrow, dude, maybe like tomorrow during the day or something. I have I gotta figure out how this is funded a little bit better. This, like, with science missions, my original mission mode rules did not have science missions included, so I've been kind of like, I don't know what I should do with them, but I gotta figure out something, and I will. So, alright. Let's go up here and see where we stand with science from the station and stuff. Yeah. Okay, Duel. Alright, we'll figure it out, dudes. In the meantime, let's go up here first of all. We still got our Liberty 5 crew up here. And actually, the Liberty 5 crew was the last one for the Liberty program. So, believe it or not, when these guys are up, you guys have to choose whether or not you want to keep this. Ooh. I don't want to do that, Creation. Well, that's gonna blow. Alright. Actually, what we really should be doing is not deciding whether we want to keep this or get rid of it. We should be deciding whether we want to expand it or keep it like it is. Because it's a good place to grab science. Keep on plugging. Thanks, man. The space station looks legit. Oh, wow. Thanks. Yeah, we could do with expanding it, but yeah. Wow, there's a lot of stuff to keep track of here. A lot of stuff to keep track of. I do, Gala. I did. Yeah, I didn't even get around to sharing that for Space News, Jay. They moved the Dragon capsule to from the forward port to the Zenith port. Have we unlocked larger solar panels yet? I'm not 100% sure on that one. And then over here I have the stage. We have the stage that delivered the Minmus mission and it still has fuel. Yeah, no connection. Okay, so this thing is junk. This is LV3 228 rocket body. Debris. Yeah, there's no Minmus station contracts on it. It's a moon space station. It's 100 by 100, Ryan. I have the robotics unlocked, this thing, yeah. Something like that, Gaw. What happened to the poll? I'm not ready to deploy it, Canuck. I'll think of better options. I really, overall, need to think about how Science Mission Directorate is going to work, guys. That's the real big one. I gotta think about it. I don't have any meetings in the afternoon. Okay. I'm probably gonna do a truck stream tomorrow, Novus, and then after that we'll chat. We'll do a little chit chat here. Okay, so what can we do tonight? We had to do preparations for the lunar missions. So that does involve Yeah, Toothless, you know what I was thinking about doing is like a tech tree. So like, we don't put it as what do we want to upgrade it, like DSN upgrades is this own thing. Like it's its own funding tree. Like you guys can choose how far you want to go into that funding tree, right? And then like reusable spacecraft design is its own thing. And like probes going to different places is its own thing. I think that's what I need to draw out. I need to draw out a tech tree. And here. It needs to, what I'm thinking is something like SWG's skill tree. If anybody's familiar with that. Brother, did you just reference Galaxies casually? Like here, Star Wars Galaxies had a skill tree where you kind of had one thing and then you could upgrade all of them, right? You could upgrade different parts of your character. And then if you upgraded all of this, that could lead you to a more advanced thing. So like, I think I'm going to set up no, not that. I think I'm going to set up mission mode kind of like this. So like, we'll have Deep Space Network, right? Deep Space Network, ground stations, ships, etc., etc. I'll set up skill trees, and then like ground stations, upgraded ground stations could lead to like bigger interplanetary probe missions. I think that's the right way to do that. Yeah, give a skill tree program for KSP would be, for the mission mode rules, would be quite good. We don't necessarily need skill tree points either. It doesn't, this... I know, Graph Shark. I don't go back. I put a good 4 years of my life. I mean, it's part of what I don't say. I say I played a lot of Counter-Strike. I'll tell you, I played a lot of Star Wars Galaxies as well. Like, you have different skills, right? And those skills go to different things. Star Wars Galaxies was insane, Shaw. You had like 6 basic professions, and the 6 basic professions would go to different advanced professions, right? And then if you mastered one of the basic professions, you could get into an advanced version of that base profession, and each profession kind of relied on each other. So like, if you had like artisan was a base builder profession. You could make basic stuff with artisan. And if you went up one of the 4 skill trees, right? One of the 4 skill trees would lead to like architect, so you could make player houses. Another one would lead to like weaponsmithing, so you could make guns. Another one led to armor, and then another one led to shipwright, so you could build ships and speeders and stuff. Star Wars Galaxies was legendary, man. They screwed it up so bad by the new game enhancements. Ugh. But like, here's the thing: you could have a character that's designed for fighting, right? I had a character that was a heavy commando, so I could hit people with this like a heavy proton cannon, right? Like on the battlefield. But that guy also was new basic architecture. Like, you could spec your character out any way you wanted. You could have bounty hunters that are shipwrights, so a bounty hunter that can build speeders, or like a bounty hunter that can build their own weapons, or a bounty hunter that could build their own armor. You only had 250 skill points, and you could spec your character out however you wanted. It was really cool. Was it action combat? It was action combat. You had to click on the guy and then cast an attack on it. So it, PvP in Star Wars Galaxies kind of played a little bit like World of Warcraft PvP. Yeah, only a more advanced version of that. Hey, Moto. But yeah, I think drawing out skill trees is actually a good idea. And that'll help make the polls really easy to decide. Like, it's going to be simple to decide it from there. I think that's a good idea. I'm actually going to work on this tomorrow. And I'll kind of picture, like, you know, what we have already filled in and go from there. Oh, God, yeah. If you had something that could dot somebody's mind, that's it. You lose. Grab Shark, I don't know why somebody doesn't do this. Skill trees are a very smart way of doing things. I don't know why people don't do it. My guess is that with games the way they are nowadays, a skill tree probably takes too long to develop out, because, yeah, nobody likes putting in crazy effort, except for a few things here and there, and indie developers, you know? Path of Exile does it? Cool. That's why people like that game. Alright, well, I'll do the skill trees out for the Science Mission Directorate. What do we want to work on now? I think there's a KSP mod that pretty much does this. Oh. Oh, that's cool. I'll make my own version, but that's still cool. I'll read about that later. New launch vehicle. I think that's the right move. One of the PO Path of Exile skill tree. Yeah, dude. I like that idea. Yeah, you're... Alright. Eve's too complicated, man. I'm gonna keep my skill trees relatively basic, guys. Because I don't want to make the skill tree too advanced to basically where we're shoehorned into one design or the other. Like, I'll have basic stuff. So, like, if we want to make a launch vehicle reusable, for instance, there you go. You guys have chosen reusability with the freedom architecture, for now. But that doesn't mean when we go to build a bigger vehicle that this thing needs to be reusable. We could make it, you could go for expendable heavy lift. NASA's done that. See, like, there you go. That's a skill tree right there. For medium duty lift, do you want reusability? When we move to heavy duty lift, do we want reusability then? Well, that'll make a crazier launch vehicle. See, right there, we're already prototyping out the skill trees. So, like, I want to keep them general, but I think this is a good idea. With that being said, for one of the many concept designs here, let's see what we could do. It's not a bad solution right there. 280 to 320 with the skips. I don't hate this. This is actually not a bad idea. So guys, with this type of architecture, this would be some type of boost back and landing booster, I think. 2541 in the first stage is more than enough to boost back and land. But we also got to take into account that I might have a bigger I might have a bigger... We're going to have a bigger crane, so I could make it bigger than this. What happens if we do something like that? I'm just... Because I'm prototyping, Apollo. This is just a prototype. I have 18 tons of mass simulated payload on this. 2846 at 1.04 with 18 tons. Yeah, I want to split up the engines. Splitting up the engines will make it easier to deep throttle this thing, or just throttle it down when it's going to land. Is that a skipper engine? Yep. So that's a solution right there that we could do. You know what? I think for this first concept design, guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go with an expendable solution here for a heavy lift launch vehicle. Huh? Yeah. So, what happens if we, let me just buy the nose cone, the Pollux nose cone. Okay. Let me just map something out here. Mini SLS. Shh. Let's see what this gets us here. So, I do need to do decouplers on here. He said doo-doo. I mean, they would end up being docking ports because I don't think we're gonna just finished Discovery's payload bay doors. Now it's time for a dinner break. Cool. We're spending some development money here. Okay. Now, what happens if I... did something like this, and then we built out like a fairing here to simulate an engine section, right? Right? And then we took something like this. We put that on there. We can even put the plumbing inside. Now, where is this gonna get us here in terms of performance? How's the TWR on this? That's actually not enough. Really? That's not enough oomph. Huh. Huh.
And finally, for March of 1989, near normal precipitation, I should say, sorry, near normal temperature in March, and above normal precipitation, an active storm track will keep cooking on the East Coast here in March as well. Storm dates the 5th and 6th, 10th through the 12th, the 16th through the 18th, 22nd through the 24th, 29th, and the 30th of the month. That is our long-range winter forecast. If you missed any of that, we're going to do it again tonight on our 10:30 broadcast. Be with us. You can also write me and include a self-addressed stamp envelope. Chapel 11 here, 220 East 42nd Street. And we'll
Hang on.
a copy of that forecast. That's the story. That's the story.
Dude, look at this thing. Ha! Yeah! That's actually kind of sick. Hold on. Actually, to mitigate heat, we'd want those like that. So the engines are as far apart from each other as they possibly could be. What if it was silver? Oh. Cool. Huh. 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 Alright, this would go down here like that. So we're looking at 1.0 TWR off the pad. Really? Huh. Huh. Cal controllers to overclock SRBs. I don't want to get into a habit of doing that, dude, but we could. How much thrust do the... Oh, we have thoroughbreds. How much thrust do Pollux have? 1,300. What happens if I take the fuel out of the inner tank? Because this presumably is supposed to look like an inner tank design, right? What if I took the fuel out of there? 1.05. And how much Delta V does the upper stage have? 3,100? With, oh. What's this rocket for? It's a heavy lift design that I'm kind of throwing together, Josh. This is our expendable option for heavy lift. Dude, this upper stage is really, really freaking good. Hey, Weiser, what's up, man? It's 105 right now, Tessa, but I'm not sure if I'm getting exactly accurate readings here. All right, let me build this out. I'll build it like I was going to build a launch vehicle here, okay? So, get rid of this, and then, Tessa, let's get the rulers out here. No, after booster separation. I'm not sure. Honestly, those numbers weren't giving me the right Delta V readings. Alright. Alright, so we're going to work on building a concept. Couple of lifter concepts tonight. This first one should not take very long.
Discovery, go at
Hey,
throttle.
Morph, 25-month resub. Is this going to be launching today? No, this is just a concept. Alright, so how did we do this on Freedom 10? Okay, so we need to attach the fairing, but we should use a 2.5 fairing really for this type of rocket. But then again, yeah, it doesn't really matter. Alright, so go in here like this. So I'm just building out a launch vehicle. We could use this in the future. Let me attach that to the first backward point like that. Disable staging on the engine plate. Move the engine plate like this, right? Okay, so this is how I go and build out like my inner stages to make them look nice. I make rulers and markers. I collect spores, molds, and funguses. Alright, I'm making a forward skirt here for the rocket. So, build out the fairing. Oh. All right. Okay. So take this, set that like that, because it's set on the engine plate. We know that the fairing is hollow. Now we take that, move that back. I don't mind it, Kem, but I'm going to use 1875s, dude. Trust me on that one. 1875s with the 3.7 engine plate will get us exactly what we're looking for. The reason why is because these don't bend as much. Straight up. Watch, you can do some pretty excellent stuff with this. Even on a 375 rocket, that'll work. So now I know that that fairing is hollow. So I can move this back like this. And we can move that back into position like that. See how much smoother that looks, dude? That's nice. That skirt, the forward skirt doesn't even need to be that long.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
Right? So there's the engine plate. And have the engine plate move to a short, like that. No percentage, no decouple. There's another part about this that sucks. I attached the engine plate to the wrong thing. Bye-bye. There. Doesn't mean it's going to take me 2 seconds to redo it. So give me the docking port. Set the interstage nodes off this time. That's the attachment point for whatever, for the fairing skirt that we're going to attach, right? Now do something like this right here. Build this fairing out. Make sure it matches the ruler. And then go ahead and attach it like that, right? Now take this, move it back. If you move the engine plate back in on the fairing like this fairing will become hollow. Very, very useful. And then, if I made the stage right even more, I could take this and we could change the color of it. See that? Pretty cool, huh? And now, the docking port can just stay right there, right? And then, if I go in here and hit same vessel interaction with some nicely placed auto struts, we should be in business. Now I'll work on building out the front fairing like this, which we'll just use as a standard. We'll just use a 375 fairing. It'll be fine. I know this design works with Freedom 10, so we're going to stick with it. Let me figure out where the collider is here. Okay, it's basically at the back edge of the fairing. Which means I need to do some customization here. And then I always leave some extra space like that so all this works correctly. This is just a concept lifter. Yeah, remember how I made a bunch of them, Shaw, and you guys came up with Freedom 7? Yeah, it's just a concept. What's the latest on SN11? I broke it down pretty good in Space News. You probably want to check that out, Reagan. Is that the engine block for making history? I have both the DLCs, Whooshing. Yeah, most likely. Okay, well, sit back, relax, and let me science your face. Alright. Gotta move that. And now we need to make the fairing kind of... Science me. I'm working on it, dudes. Make sure we close the fairing right there. Now we can set this back to absolute. Move it back into position. And then take this docking port and reset it. So, here's the key. What I always do is leave a little bit of room right there for the docking ports. See that space right there? There's a reason why I do this. When the docking ports attached to each other on Freedom 7, Freedom 10, when they attach to each other, the attached position for a docking port is somewhere down here. It overlaps slightly. So what I do is I make the interstages, I make the fairing and everything line up with the docking ports in the open position like this, in an absolute snapped position. Why do I do that? Well, when the docking port attaches, if you have same vessel interaction enabled on this, right? And as same vessel interaction enabled on that fairing right there, they're going to collide into each other. The docking ports will snap into position. They'll snap into position like that, and they'll slightly overlap these things, butting the two fairings up against each other. This is the reason why I can have my rockets fly into space, and I don't have to worry about the thing, despite being attached with small docking ports, I never have to worry about the thing doing this, unless I don't enable same vessel interaction. But that right there, the reason why I'm telling you this, guys, in the first place, is because that's a key, that's one of the tricks that you can do to making a rocket with, like, inner stages like this not look like crap. And it'll work really well, and you don't need to use anything more than the small docking ports. That's weird, Flecken, but alright. So, let me do a payload attachment fitting here. No. My kind of standard PAF that I know works is this. That's a little bit of a weird looking PAF because it's really small for a rocket this big. We might need a larger payload attachment fitting. No, Wildland, I haven't. Is this kind of like how they do it in real life? Most rockets have a forward skirt like this. Yes. So every rocket's different in a little bit, in a little bit of a different way. A Rocco Max adapter, huh? Okay, that could work. Now, what I'm gonna do here is a little bit more trickery. Watch this. The payload attachment fitting is generally structural, right? But you know how Kerbal is with its spongy joints, right? So what I'm gonna do is disable interstage attachment nodes and put the master attachment node right here. And I'm gonna attach it directly to the fairing. And then we take this. Then we take this, clip this in here like that. Yeah, okay, that's fine. And now I'm gonna put the attachment, the master attach point for the payload right there. See that? Why does it have a forward skirt? Can you just attach the fuel tank bulkhead for your satellite and save a little bit of money there? No, I can't, T-Man, because we have to build the rocket outside, remember? Yeah, Wiser, it's a little bit of a hierarchy bypass, and it keeps everything nice and rigid. Now, here's another thing that I'm going to do. Where the payload attachment fitting is, I'll put the avionics core. Which one of these is better? Hex is better than Octo. Which is better than Stay Put, Nick. Yeah. We'll put that in there. There's our avionics package for the stage. And then we'll put the battery. Actually, I'll put... Yeah, that's fine. We could put these here. We could put the batteries on the PAF. What is a forward skirt? It's a forward structural attachment point on the front of a fuel tank. So, if we look at pictures of, say, ULA's Vulcan rocket being put together, right? So this is the Vulcan prototype test tanks. See this thing right here? That's a skirt. That's a forward skirt. Well, actually, that's an inner tank skirt. right? Well, no, that's basically a CBH. The forward skirt is up here. See that? SLS has one too on the core stage. That's the forward skirt. See it right there? With the checker mark on it? What makes it a forward skirt? It's a skirt for the tank that's at the front of the vehicle. Forward skirt, as opposed to an engine section or an aft skirt or a bow tail. Engineers, man, the names don't have to be complicated, dude. Okay, so a little bit of another pro tip here. I'm not gonna build this out like crazy, I guess. You know what? I don't like this because I can't click on the avionics package. I usually like being able to click on it. So I think as a placeholder, I'll just use... I won't build it out too crazy. But I'll use a similar engine shroud in the design for now. And then just put that and that and use similar avionics right there. And then take the part that's actually attached to the payload fairing and put it right there. Now, what we're building this rocket around is 18 tons of payload. And it should easily be able to... I'm thinking something like that. What's the plan moving forward? I need some more time to figure out how I want to set up the Science Mission Directorate, so I'm giving myself a little bit of a homework assignment here. And we'll go from there. 18 tons right there. And yeah, this is an expendable heavy lift option vehicle right now. Okay, so now with this engine, we want to hang the skipper off of this. So what I'll do is I'm going to take this vehicle and I'm going to merge it with itself. And then I'm going to remove that. And now what I'll do is go down here and we'll take a small decoupler. Yep, that's a small one. Right? And we're going to attach it to the fuel tank. And then I'm going to have a downward facing docking port right here. Just the regular attachment mechanism that we know. And what I'm going to do here is we're going to set high acquisition force, disable the crossfeed, and then we're going to go in here like this. And we're just going to go like that for a second. Now, I need to do the same thing. It's my forward skirt here and my interstage, hierarchically, they're going to be exactly the same. I just need to make this one longer to make room for the engine, right? So that means I need to mount the engine on its own thing. So what I like to do is take something that's aerodynamic, right? In this particular case, I've used nose cones in the past, but we can use the big nose cone here. I don't like using the engines for structure at all. I think that's a really stupid idea. So, and once again, we're just building a little quick prototype out, so I won't get too much into it. But see, now this is attached via the nose cone, right? And if I grandparent strut the nose cone and then we grandparent strut the engine is now grandparent strutted to the fuel tank, right? So this, oh, that has SVI on it. A little bit of a design challenge here, I see. We're gonna have to split the fuel tanks. Hang on a second, guys. Take that off for a moment. Take this off for a moment. Go like this. That sucks because it just got rid of our rulers, but that's okay. And then give me 2 of these. I can't even with the community mine. Okay? This gets a very rough idea I had for the shipyard. Alright? I like it all except for the road. Well, we... maybe. The road and the train tracks, we gotta rethink that one. Why? Because... well, the road, maybe not, Linprod, but where the train tracks are, there's a container ship in the way. But I don't mind it. I actually kind of like that, dude. Because this has same vessel interaction on it, I might have to rethink how I make this stage. One day we could evolve this into Titan 3. Hey Novus, are you still here? What if we... oh no, I can't do that. It has to be... I was gonna say I could make it look like a... we could make it look like a... an EUS, but it's alright. Container ship in the way? Typical. I know, right? Sweet. Okay. So now, I needed to split the fuel tanks, and we're going to take a little bit of a mass hit there in that regard, but... oh, no. Don't want grandparent locked. Because I can't make that one have same vessel interaction because the fairing's in there. We have to split the fuel tanks like what I've done in the past, so... we go. Okay, the engine is mounted. Hey, Novus. I was gonna say I could make the ICPS. I could make this try to look like an ICPS or an EUS, but I ended up not being able to do that for just design reasons. But I know it's getting a little bit of with the Z fighting there, but yes, that was a technical word. It's really kind of inevitable. Having a little bit of going on there. Hey, Ismic, what's going on? How you doing? Oh, this looks pretty good, man. I actually like the checkerboard. That's pretty rad. Yeah, higher. That could work. Here, you know what? Just because it's a concept, I'll just try to manually attach it into a point. Yeah, there we go. So this one is going to need same vessel interaction. That one needs to have it off. And here's how we're going to do this next thing here. So there's our engine mount. There we go. Perfect. Now take this, and we need to move this just like that. Right? And now we're going to take the engine section, right? And I need to check a couple of things here. I'm going to make an interstage here for this. And what I got to do first is put yourself in a kind of as close to an isometric view as you possibly can, and then figure out where the collider is on this thing. The collider, see, is not on this gray part. It's where the tank actually starts. See how it's highlighting there and not highlighting there? Big thing right there. Okay? So now I gotta move the back of this plate right here, so it's coplanar with where the collider starts, which is right there. All right. So now, what I'm gonna do is I gotta back the fuel tank off, basically, and then I gotta mark. For the most part, mark out an engine plate distance here. So that's about. Actually, you know what? Let's do this right. Okay.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
Cool. All right, so that means I need to build this fairing. I should get my rulers out. You know what? If I'm gonna do this, we'll do it right. Fight those. 12-month gift subscription courtesy of Alex. Has entered month 2. I'm so proud of this community. Things are fine. Just finished my 25-page analysis on global banking infrastructures. Oh, jeez. Cool. Interesting, isn't it? Okay. Okay, fairing is closed. Now I take this and I move it back into position, and then we take our fuel tank and move it forward. And now we go like here, like this, and I know that there's weird colliders there, so I'm gonna make this a 6-sided fairing here because there's weird colliders with the Poodle engine in single engine configuration like this. So we're gonna take this, right? Now, gotta make sure to go in there and spread the docking ports. Bingo. Cool. Get rid of the ruler for a moment. Get rid of that. And then, I generally like to just change the color up here. No. Nah, the white stuff looks good. There we go. How's life been? Great, Striker. How are you? All right, so now we have the top of the stage here. All right, that's the stage docking port. Nothing else here can be staged. Engine plate, disable staging. Second engine plate, disable staging. That's the main decoupler there. And now this guy right here needs same vessel interaction. Already has it. All right. And then we got our big boy fairing up there. And since it's a 375 fairing, we could put flags on it too if we wanted to. And it has its 18-ton payload. So how much delta V does that give us? There's no way that's right. Oh, okay. Is that the red or the white? Hotbox, I never remember that. White? Yes. 2800 delta V. That's all we're getting out of this? For real, B? Huh. 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 TWR 0.4. It's a very low thrust to weight. Yeah, Ryan, that'd be cool. Yeah, it's in vacuum. 2800. I mean, 2800 is fine. That's okay. It's not. 0.4 is okay. I just thought that would be more. That's all. It doesn't matter. It's fine. So now what we'll do. So let me go in here. This one is going to act as an inner tank right there. And then it's going to be, yeah, see? There we go. And then give me a couple more of these guys. Get rid of that. Alright, now let me see those Pollux boosters. Okay, no, it was 3. Or 4 tanks total, and then we have our structural inner tank. This is actually very, very similar in architecture to SLS. So, Builder, this is just a concept for a new lifter. I figure that's probably a good thing to work on tonight. Almost. Almost. No, it is. It's good. Alright, here's another trick. See how I attach the docking port there? And I'm going to need to use docking ports. The reason I need to use docking ports is because I have to attach this somehow in the, in a VAB of sorts. So, attach the docking port, detach the booster, and now reroute that subassembly like that. Boom. Will we see this launch today? No. You might not see this rocket launch ever. I'd come up with kind of proposals for how we should do things. Chat is the one that funds this stuff, fellas. Looks more like Ares 5. I see Ariane 5 with this design, but that's just me. Looks good, right? All right, let's think about how we're gonna do the aft part here. Felt so good. So, just while I'm building this out, I'm gonna move this over here like this, and then give me my ruler. Okay. One mainsail? How much does the mainsail cost? 13. How much is the two skippers? 53. So that's 10,600. That gives me 1,200 kilonewtons at 280. Mainsail gives you 285, but these have better. I actually prefer the specific impulse just because of what this engine is designed to do. Mainsail is a great first stage engine, and it's an okay upper stage engine. The Skipper is an okay first stage engine, but it's a pretty decent second stage engine. I'll take the lower thrust in this particular design. I don't think we're going to need... Engine choice affects recovery operations too. Well, Grab Shark, this is the expendable variant. But yeah, yes it does. This option would be an expendable guy. The Skipper is a pretty decent first stage engine. 280 is not bad. That's one of the highest first stage. It's like it's halfway in between. It's okay at both things there. So it's yeah. What's mainsail specific impulse? 285. It's a better first stage engine. Here, you know what? I'll just make this first, and we'll kind of brainstorm out which one is better. I'll make it so you could mount either one. Yes. I hate using these. 1.8 fairings are so much easier to sculpt with. And we might be taking a little bit of a weird aerodynamic hit going from weird different attachment nodes like that, but I'll still take it. Not sure if you saw, Rogozin tweeted an amazing video of Prichal in processing. We saw it, yeah. Yeah, it's pretty good. What about a cluster of J2 analogs? I have a Poodle up here. This upper stage is really good, Abby. Are you saying form over function? No, not really. This is going to give us a little bit of... It's going to make a little bit of drag down here because you're going from big to small, but that's okay. I'm talking about the first stage. Think SLS. Why would I be using J2s in the first stage? You want me to use the skiffs? 265, 330? What? Why would I? No, that's terrible. Maybe in real life, Lavi, that's a terrible idea. In this, 265 is gonna get me nothing. I mean, I'll make it so we can do multiple configurations if you want. Okay. All right, I'll just put that on there for now. Wow. Yep. Nope. Yeah, let's not do that. I'll just put something on down here for now and just kind of see what kind of performance
Discovery,
we're getting
go
here.
and throttle up.
Dude, 16-month resub. Thanks, man. There we go. Alright, so here was my original plan. The original plan was to have skippers here. So give me one of these. Actually, you know what? Screw it. Just give me the engine plate. It'll be easier for messing with configurations. Can your current pad handle this size? This is a future development vehicle. So, no. Okay, so all right. What are we talking about here? Now that we have this all figured out. First of all, this thing looks really cool. It kind of reminds me of Direct a little bit. If anybody remembers that. And I really love the skippers just peeking out just a little bit. That's really cool. Yeah, I don't like that. That's cool. Huh. So let's do something like that, right? And just, okay, they're auto strut locked, and then I'll change this back to a single attachment node for now, just so it looks right. There we go. It looked like an Atlas V SLS and Vulcan had a baby. This is a good little vehicle, I think. So now what we're going to have to do is go in here, and I need to enable staging on these. Huh. Okay. Those aren't picking up correctly. I'll just put decouplers for now. This rocket is very nice. It is a good looking rocket. Here, we can get rid of the rulers. It's still reading 668. That doesn't make sense. Nice, Nuggets. So here we go. We have engine ignition first. 348. SRB ignition. SRBs last 74 seconds, and that gives us 1.4 off the pad. Quite nice. So actually, it might be better to give us something even better than that. Not really someone, I'll be honest. Just post it in the Minecraft channel. Or, you know what, screw it. Just ask, what's up? $18 tons is where we're at, Connor. The town hall going in the valley, that I didn't really decide a full spot for it, but here. I kind of wanted it to be right here. Yeah, right there. For now, I mean, yeah. I don't know, JuiceBot. I'm not sure. I don't think these calculations are exactly right. Here, get rid of those. It's a prototype, Hillness, for down the road. Something is broken. Is this an expendable vehicle? This would be an expendable vehicle option, yes. Are those the best SRVs that we have? I have Thoroughbreds unlocked. But Pollux boosters are way cheaper. And you would calculate the Delta V. It is a nice looking rocket. Really, I like it. It's really good. It's not bad. Not really where I want the town hall to be, Josh. We'll talk about it probably on Wednesday or something. I mean, T-Man, this definitely has some throw, that's for sure. And I still think that we're not getting the Delta V calculations correct here. It's not. Here, maybe this will work. Maybe this will get me what I'm looking for. Yeah, okay. That's getting me what I'm looking for. So 2876 is correct. I don't know why it needs an extra staging piece there, but it do. They don't think it'd be like it is, guys, but it do. TWR is 1.03 off the pad. That's not what we calculated before. EJC last. Out of curiosity, 3 in line on the first stage might improve TWR. Okay. She's gonna look like direct here. I hate that. Okay, hold on. Hang on again. Scanning. Thanks. I hate it. Understandable. Cringe. Look how he massacred my boy. That's where those would need to be. And that looks just terrible. Yeah, wow, that looks really bad. All right, cool. Vetoed. Let's try another way. $28.27 at 1.2. Oh God, no, jeez. Ah, Labby, just kill me. I don't want that. You know what we could do? Just on a side note, we could do some Delta 2 action here. Huh. That would be horrible to integrate, but that does look pretty rad. The SRB keeps the SRBs nice and far away. This thing is a little beast of a rocket. I like it. So we have almost 3,000 Delta V in that first stage. Yeah. With 3 of these things on here, we could pretty much do that, and I'm pretty sure it wouldn't make any difference. Yep. Okay. What's the burn time? 74 seconds. Yeah, Epsiboy does, doesn't it? Who needs Vulcan? Just use this. I mean, this isn't a bad solution. And you know what? The thing is, NASA man, Vulcan is not that far off from what we're looking at here. I mean, this one, guys, this is moving into super heavy lift for KSP. That's 36 tons. So like, a lunar transfer vehicle, we could just stack that and the tug on top of it and into space, no problem. Yeah, that would be really easy, actually. In fact, it would look small inside of this. This is a pretty good solution, I'm not gonna lie. It's about 50 meters tall, or 46 meters. How are we reusing this? This is an expendable solution, Yard. Not a bad one, actually. $232 seconds on that burn. So 232 divided by 60. Oh god, that's gonna be burning for almost 4 minutes. Yeah, that'll... Dude, the core stage will almost make it into orbit. Especially if I keep these boosters pegged at a high throttle. Have an independent throttle on those. Oh god, we'd need to do a tail off. No, our TWR would go through the roof. Especially with these... No, not right now, Silent. Hey, how you doing, by the way? Long time, dude. Does that mean we can make the center stage reusable? Why 3 instead of 2? I didn't like 2 SRBs next to 3 engines in the center. This is a good little rocket, to be honest with you. But, guys, thing is, we'd never... The core stage is going... It's the SLS problem. The core stage is going much too fast. It's a good little rocket. Yeah, it's a little guy. It's the 375. It's tiny. 2 SRBs would be easier to stack, Jim. That's right. Yeah, you're not wrong. Where does 2 get us again? I mean, with 36 tons, no, there's no way. There's no way these numbers are right. I'm sorry. That's with 36 tons up top. There's no way that goes down like that with an extra 18 tons of payload. That's 36 tons. Guys, this thing would almost have a minimal payload requirement because it's going to get off the pad so fast. Close out the payload fuel. Is it? Oh. That gives us 0.98 TWR with 36 tons. And 1.03 with the... What about Delta 4ing it? Oh, common boosters? Yeah, I don't think that's right. It's pretty good, though. I mean, that ain't bad at all. Nah, I don't need to do that. What I would do is have the gantry crane go this way. So I could place the core stage, place the first SRB down, lift the second one up and over, and then bring it down and attach it to the side. That's what I'd do. I mean, if we wanted to do CBCs here... I mean, we could do some slick Delta stuff here if we really wanted to. Dude, what a chunk of a freaking rocket, man. Oh my goodness. It's not giving us the right readouts, guys. I don't think. That's freaking beast mode right there. Yeah, Zook, you seeing this, man? That's beast. The math isn't right, but it is a good rocket. This is a good little thing. Could it move anything like this? What about liquid boosters?
Discovery, go at throttle up.
I would not be able to fly both of them back, don't even ask. I'm not that good. No, I think SRBs will probably be a better solution here. We could always take the Uterino approach. Ugh. I like the idea of different configurations depending on missions. That's the Atlas V approach. I mean, this thing will really move. Yeah, there's no way that TWR calculation is correct. There's no way. Something is screwing it up. Could be the engine plate. Sox are up 11-2 on the Rays. Well, good. Hopefully they do better than they did against the friggin' Orioles. Friggin' O's had their way with them, dude. I'm not sure that's gonna change anything, Labby, but we'll check. Look, we actually have our downcomers. Attach the motors directly to the tank. Yep, okay. It's the engine plate. The engine plate and the fairing are reading it weird. This way will work. It'll work just fine. Alright, so where are we at here? 0.49. Yeah, okay. This is correct. What about up here? 2888 Delta V. And how much payload are we running right now? This is just 18 tons. Okay, cool. So let me get... So that means if we did this right, this... The decoupler with the Pollux on it. And then a nose cone for these things. Okay, so now I move the decouplers up here, and then if I move these into the stage there, no, it likes it better if we read that separately. Okay. Fill it with coffee! It'll work, I promise! Much coffee, girl? It's possible. Any way to make explosive caffeine? Coffee. Is this flying tonight? No, Nemo. No. This is just a concept. I'm just putting together a concept for where we're gonna go with a larger rocket down the road if we do. It is a nice looking little vehicle though, isn't it? I really like this thing. I like it in the configuration. This thing is in this configuration, it's pretty good. Are there any ideas for you to have any sort of reusable heavy lift platform? I'm gonna have to. Yeah, I'm gonna have to have some eventually, dude. Yeah. I'll design a reusable option. This is our expendable option. Simple, easy to integrate. This stage isn't gonna work. No TWR on the second stage. What? Can we launch it just for fun, please? No. No testing. No testing like that. I need to build a pad if I want to launch this. But we need to see if the TWR is correct. Here. Night, Swishio. Night, Frank. This is good, though. Alright, I'm gonna leave this as our heavy lift option 1. I like this vehicle. It's pretty good. 1509 seems about right for the first stage if it was carrying these the entire time. Considering that this guy by itself is 2,500. We'd have to go through and mess with the burn times and stuff. But this is a cool booster. I do like it. And it can move. This thing can move. It's a 75 a pop. That's a little expensive, but heavy lift is expensive. See, I think if we combine these two numbers and you combine those two TWRs, that's what we're getting at. Okay. You think TWR after SRB separates will be a big issue. Okay, here, ready? Save. Burn time on the SRBs is 74 seconds, right? 74 seconds. So, let's take enough fuel out of this to get the burn time to basically 200 seconds. 196, right? So this is what this is what it's mostly gonna look like when the SRBs flame out, okay? It's 0.57 TWR. But I'll tell you, man, we're easily gonna be going over 100 meters a second, or 1,000 meters a second at this point. Easily. I'm gonna have to throttle the engines back, to be honest with you. That's more or less where we're gonna be at. Yeah, using a cow controller and a tail off with the SRBs would be really good. But our SRBs, 74 seconds is a long time. If I could adjust this if we wanted to. Here, let me just reload. Now it's telling me 1.17. Oh, I changed the altitude. I was like, huh? What? Do you know at what altitude or meters a second one would need to reach a geostationary orbit around Kerbin? 2863. 2,863 kilometers. I don't know what the orbital speed is. I have no idea, Builder. 2863.3 is what you're aiming for. Just got here. Are we making an Atlas type of design? Pickle, I'm just kind of running through a concept here for an expendable launch vehicle. It's my own design. It's not really based off of anything. This is kind of like if you put like Titan 4 SRBs on a Vulcan booster, I guess. And then put I don't know, like an S4B on top of that, I guess. What's the orbital speed of a fully laden swallow? African or European? I don't know that. Coffee and bran muffins. I prefer blueberry, Coffee Girl, but I mean, okay, all right, Coffee Girl, bear with me. SRB propellant, solid rocket motor propellant in real life, the industry term for it is grain. So it would actually be grain. So we'd need to fill these things up with cereal. Okay, it wouldn't be a muffin. It would be coffee for the liquid fuel. And we would need some like oatmeal or something for the grain. Peepo G. Cheerios? We'd need like Honey Nut Cheerios. Red Sox win. Nice. Your rocket needs Clydesdales. Oh god, if this thing had Clydesdales on it, if this had Clydesdales on it, I would not be using two skippers. I'd probably use another poodle, to be honest with you. Alright. This is a good design, though, guys. I like where this is going. So, alright. I'll be honest with you. Guys, I'm going to get up. I want to get up tomorrow morning, and I want to do a truck stream. So, tomorrow, Tuesday, I'm going to do a truck stream tomorrow. We got to finish that battery bracket. So I'm going to... If this had them, you wouldn't need a first stage. I mean, I see what you did there. I see what you did there. I see what you did there. And I don't mind it. So I'm going to stop for now because I'm going to stream tomorrow. We're going to have a truck stream during the day. But yeah, that's a good thing. That's a good vehicle for a new pad. We'll work on... I think we'll do one stream next week to work on a concept vehicle, but honestly, on Wednesday, we're going to do that. We're going to do voting on that science mission, where we want to go with the science mission. And I'll do out some kind of tech trees, I guess, for this, and we'll kind of go from there. We could, King, if the price is right. And then, yeah, we're going to start Luna 4 on Wednesday. First thing we need to do, I guess, is refuel that lander. So that's the mission that we're going to mess with. We're going to refuel that lander. And then we have to refuel the transfer stage at the station, and then we're good. Yeah. Slides a picture onto the table. Don't do that to me. Don't do that. Don't do that to me, man. Oh, we could destroy lunar architecture with the with Gemstone 4. Sawyer, while you were gone, this is when you weren't here. I had a career mode save that we were messing with for the longest time, and I ended up using elements from the career mode save, right, in my mission mode rules. And the rocket that we had in career mode, I made a rocket called Gemstone 4, okay? Gemstone 4 is by far and away the least expensive rocket for the payload capacity I've ever made. It is the simplest and easiest rocket to fly. Gemstone 4. Dude, this thing is a game killer. Like, it's basically cheating. It's basically freaking cheating. So, we used the Cal controller. We used the Cal controller to program, oh dear. We used the Cal controller to program thrust tail off on an SRB to really optimize the ascent. And, yeah. Dude. Okay. The price tag on this is freaking nothing. Like, nothing. That's the price tag. The baseline cost of this thing. The baseline cost of this is 50 G's. Baseline. And it's a 4-seg. It's a 4-segment with basically a twin-engine J2X upper stage. Basically, this would be like putting a New Glenn second stage on top of a 4-segment SRB. That's where we're at right now. Like, it's not dual-engine Centaur. It's dual B3s right there. B3Us. Yeah. I mean, the thing can just... It just puts, dude, 18-ton payload capacity for 50 Gs. It's nothing. It's freaking nothing. It's cheating. Is there a way to refill SRBs in KSP? Nope. Only recoverable. How does the thrust curve work? I use a Cal controller, and I take the thrust limiter map and map it to the Cal controller. This thing actually will land out in the ocean. It is recoverable. Launch it, launch it. No. Alright, fine. This is career, so it doesn't really freaking matter. No, I don't want to screw up my career mode. Yeah. So I don't want to screw up my career mode. So that thing, dude, this thing is like the end all be all. It destroys. It destroyed career mode. I can launch stuff for nothing. And this SRB does have shoots. It will come back down. And then you turn New York into this. Alright, fine. I don't know if this thing has the revert button loaded. I don't remember my career mode. No, there's no reverts, but I suppose it doesn't matter. Alright, watch. Ready? T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold on. Okay, 1, and... there's your lift. Alright, ready? So watch the thrust output on the SRB. Thing's a freaking monster. It's not mission mode. We're in career mode, so I'll just shut that off. I mean, the dynamic pressure gets a little crazy with this thing. I should probably throttle it down even more. Yeah, 2 point... oh, man, there's so much room for improvement here. Holy cow. Yeah. If I optimize that throttle curve even more, this thing could be an absolute monster of a vehicle. Shoot staging, shoot staging, shoot staging. What about it? It's fine, guys. It'll work just fine. Fine. It's not fine. Yeah, nothing's controlling the upper stage because the flags collided and blew up the fairing. Yeah. It'll be alright. Funny thing is, I still have control here. I can vector the stage in the direction that I want. Because nothing's controlling it. It's just pushing against me. I just can't really see how much fuel is left in it, but hey, whatever. Couldn't you technically make a pulse jet with a Cal controller? I don't see why you would want to, Creation, but sure. Yeah, we're gonna... I mean... Yeah, when I said that this thing was a little overpowered, I mean... It can do 18 tons to, like, TLI. Pretty much. I mean, I don't... I really hope it runs out so I can switch back to the SRB, but yeah. Yeah! 18 tons TLI right there. If I had still had control, the SRB can land. Yeah, that's what I mean about Jebstone. It's pretty powerful. Pretty crazy, huh? Yeah, it's really freaking good. 18 tons TLI. I mean, yeah. I mean, we could put Jebstone 4. We could put it in. We could buy it. I'd have to put it together, but I don't know how I want to do that, but can we see the other Jebstone versions? I already quit out of KSP, but yeah, I'm gonna stop for now because I'm gonna do a truck stream tomorrow. So I'm gonna also come up with some proposals for how we want to do this, for how we want to do science modes. But you know what, guys? I might put off the science proposals till the end of the week. I want to get another Luna mission figured out. So tomorrow we're probably gonna do a dual, or not tomorrow. On Wednesday we'll probably do a dual launch mission. And all we need to do is send up the 2 tankers to refuel. One needs to go to the moon to refuel the lander, and the other one needs to go to the station to refuel the transfer vehicle. Once we do that, yeah, I'll probably get Luna 4 in line to launch Thursday. Yeah. And then Friday we'll get ready for Luna 5. Seriously. Yeah. I'm gonna roll out these lunar missions now. So, anyway, that's going to do it for me, guys. Let's see who is Distrum. Let's see who we can raid. Let's see who's around. Taradra is playing some ONI. Let's go see what he's up to. I've never watched him play ONI before. Night, Crawdad. I like mission mode and all, but using what you've learned from mission mode to do an unrestrained sandbox game would be pretty cool. Yeah, Reagan, I mean, once we get into the higher echelons, like, right now it's kind of tight because, you know, we don't have big launch vehicles. Honestly, Jebstone 4 could resupply the station and the moon in one shot. So, later down the road, it's going to get a lot more, like later mission mode. Stuff's gonna get crazy. Anyway, that's gonna do it for me, guys. Go see what Taradra's up to. I'm gonna get up early tomorrow morning and I'm gonna go do a truck stream. And yeah. I'm gonna save the Science Mission Directorate stuff for next week, to be honest with you. Yeah, that's just the right move. I don't know what we're going to do with Duna and stuff. I'll be honest. We might have to miss the transfer window. Just, it depends on really how much I can think it out. But I'll think of something. Don't worry. So, thank you very much for watching. Go see what Taradra's up to. Have a good night, okay? Let's raid him. Let's raid him this time. Taradra likes the raids. So, I'll get the raid going for Taradra. Go see what he's up to, guys.